In the vast expanse of the universe, NASA seems determined to make us believe a certain narrative. Just a few days ago, while tuning into NASA's live stream, we observed something unusual. A strange object appeared during the broadcast. Unfortunately, confusion surrounds the incident because the live stream was abruptly cut off the moment the object came into view. As a result, many viewers were left wondering what had really happened. Conspiracy theorists have since speculated that the object was a UFO, captured by the cameras aboard the International Space Station, ISS. These strange objects, dubbed huge UFOs by some, have only fueled the theories. NASA, however, attempted to reassure the public, claiming that video feed interruptions are common. Despite these reassurances, few people were convinced. The United States government has a long history of covering up UFO-related incidents, according to believers. In the case of the blip on the screen just before the feed cut off, NASA experts suggested that the object was likely something much more mundane, a small item not far from the camera, probably moving slowly relative to the space station. They pointed out that even something as tiny as a drop of water can appear large, bright, and quick when viewed from 20 feet away. As one expert noted, "When have you ever seen a camera cut out while taking a picture of Pluto?" Shortly after the object appeared, a message was shown in the live feed, stating that the stream was unavailable due to a loss of signal. NASA later explained that the cameras on board the ISS were being used for operational purposes by the crew at that time. A NASA expert on Reddit tried to justify the odd behavior in the live stream, explaining that sometimes the ISS video feed cuts out for a few seconds, resulting in a blue screen. This is due to a temporary loss of video tracking, which occurs regularly as the station moves in and out of satellite range. Some users, however, suspect that NASA cuts the feed intentionally to hide alien spacecraft passing near the ISS. The station routinely passes out of the range of the Tracking and Data Relay Satellites, TDRS, which are responsible for sending and receiving video, voice, and telemetry data. During these interruptions, the video feed is transmitted on a higher bandwidth called Ku, and whenever they lose signal, the screen either goes blue or shows a placeholder slate. The first YouTuber to share this particular clip was from the conspiracy theory channel, Mavis777. The user claimed that these UFO sightings happen because extraterrestrial visitors arrive on Earth every 3,600 years. This time frame aligns with the belief that ancient Anunnaki ships pass through our solar system every few millennia, supposedly to harvest Earth at the end of a 26,000-year cycle. In the video, a luminous object can be seen slowly descending into view before the screen abruptly flashes, indicating technical problems with the feed. StreetCap1, another user, noted that while the object may not be evidence of alien life, the sudden cutoff of the feed remains suspicious. One UFO enthusiast who watched the video commented, "Wow, classic. If this is real, and it looks like it is, just wow." Unsurprisingly, the video sparked an intense debate over whether aliens were involved. What seems to catch everyone's attention is the strange fact that every time something odd shows up on a NASA live feed, the transmission gets cut. Conspiracy theorists believe this pattern is too consistent to be a coincidence. Some even claim that the ISS itself is fake. Meanwhile, other experts argue that the object was likely space debris or space junk. But how likely is it for space junk to show up on camera? Space junk, or space debris, consists of human-made machinery and objects left in orbit since the space age began in the 1950s. Over the decades, we've launched thousands of rockets and sent even more satellites into space, many of which remain there today. The growing amount of debris poses a real risk of collision as we continue to launch new missions. Everything from dead satellites to tiny flecks of paint fallen off rockets contributes to this cosmic clutter. While some claim that space junk conveniently appears in the way of every live stream, others question why such insignificant debris would be a reason to cut off the transmission. After all, space junk is relatively minor in the grand scheme of things. The timing of both the object's appearances and the stream being cut has lent some credibility to cover-up theories. To better analyze this situation, we need to consider the possibility that extraterrestrial communications could be happening. Humanity has been sending strong radio signals into the universe for just over a decade, enough time for them to reach a small number of nearby star systems. Despite this, there has been little to no response from the stars, at least not one that we know of. It seems mathematically unlikely that if life exists in the universe, they could contact us unless they were at a similar or more advanced stage of development. Therefore, if sentient life exists, they may still be in their own prehistory or incapable of interpreting our signals. On the other hand, we have yet to receive any sort of transmission from aliens, unless these are the very signals being hidden from us. There is also the theory of the Anunnaki, an ancient group of extraterrestrial beings believed by some to be the creators and saviors of humankind. According to this theory, the Anunnaki originated from a planet called Nibiru, also known as Planet X. But why would NASA keep the existence of life outside of Earth a secret? Even if people found out about aliens, sociologists suggest that most wouldn't drastically change their daily routines. After all, extraterrestrial life hasn't been officially discovered yet, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Back in 2016, Hillary Clinton famously promised to reveal the truth about extraterrestrial life if she became president, which of course never happened. Many UFO believers think that aliens are classified by the government, and for the public to learn the truth, the government would need to release such information, even without NASA's consent. Supporters of this theory also argue that even if there were a cover-up, the sheer number of people who would need to be silenced makes it nearly impossible. A researcher from Oxford University, David Robert Grimes, used a mathematical formula to estimate that covering up something like the existence of aliens would require silencing nearly 400,000 people, based on the infamous moon landing hoax conspiracy. Let's not forget that NASA is not directly affiliated with the central government. If they wanted to, the government could release images or footage showing proof of extraterrestrial life. NASA, as a federally funded institution, is obligated to release as much of its data to the public as possible, particularly since taxpayer money is used to fund its missions. Unless there is a substantial reason to withhold this information, such as military security concerns or excessive costs, NASA must make its findings accessible. Even the government, funded by the people, should be held accountable if such images are being withheld. A 2012 poll conducted by National Geographic found that about 80 million Americans, around 36% of the population, believe that UFOs exist. More strikingly, ABC News reported that a staggering 77% of Americans believe that aliens have visited Earth and even helped certain civilizations in the past, such as the Sumerians, ancient Mesopotamians, the Chinese, and Mesoamerican cultures. While many of these people are labeled as conspiracy theorists, it's important to remember that not all conspiracy theories are outlandish. In fact, some have been proven true over time, like the infamous MKUltra mind control experiments, the FBI's COINTELPRO operations, and the assassination plots against Martin Luther King Jr. So, what do you think of the footage? Could this be another one of NASA's cover-ups, or is it simply more space junk, as it always seems to be? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave us a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing space-related content like this.